You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, YNR fans. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and I have got your weekly Comings and Goings edition. Ashley is out. Danny is in, and a mother and daughter leave town. In our latest YNR Comings and Goings news, there are 4 ladies total in and 3 ladies and 1 guy out of Genoa City. We're going to tell you who's in, who's out, and what you need to know, and the air dates for all of this action. Hey, if you haven't already, please reach down, click subscribe so you don't miss any of our Young and the Restless updates. And now let's dig in. First things first, Ashley Abbott is out for now. It seems like Eileen Davidson is taking a little break. And honestly, I'm not sure if Eileen is on contract right now or not, but for the past few years, she's been off more than on. And now she's off again, and that leaves Tucker McCall in town to make trouble. We know Trevor St. John is on contract. And some of you guys said in the comments, and I did reply to a few of you, that you think that Ashley and Tucker are conspiring and that she is part of his plot to take down Jabot. I do not agree with you if this is your mindset. And here's why. If you are conspiring with someone, you say one thing to people's faces and then you say another thing behind closed doors. Case in point, like the stuff going on with Billy Abbott, where he was acting as a Trojan horse, where he was spying on Ashley and Tucker. When he was talking to Jack, they would discuss their plot. And then when he was with Ashley and Tucker, he was playing double agent, but it was very clear. When Ashley and Tucker right now are having private conversations, like when we see the flashback to their argument in Paris, when we see the phone messages that he is leaving her, it is quite apparent they are not scheming together. She did choose her dad's company. She chose Jabot. She did not think she was choosing it over Tucker. She just wanted to choose accepting family versus rejecting family, but Tucker saw that as her rejecting him. They are not conspiring. Otherwise, their private conversations would be totally different, much like his private conversations with Audra, where he's acting kind of, distant or just whatever in public and behind closed doors. They are full on plotting. Okay, so there's no word on when Eileen Davidson is back. I do think she's probably going to miss the big Diane and Jack Vow renewal and celebration party, strictly because Abby Newman actress Melissa Ordway put in a behind-the-scenes video at the party. You can see that it is taking place on the Abbott Terrace, and there's a lot of people that are going to be in town for it and that were in those behind-the-scene video shots, but Eileen Davidson was not one, and I feel certain that Mel Ordway would have taken a shot of them together if she had been. So maybe Ashley is gone except for phone calls where she'll be name dropped. Maybe she'll do a video call like Jess Walton does when they need Jill back for something, but it's not important enough for her to leave her real life ranch in Oregon to come to LA to shoot. All right, so now let's talk about who is in. Mamie Johnson is in. Veronica Redd is back next week, y'all. It's going to be a week from Friday on September 29th when Mamie is back. I do suspect that the primary reason she could be back is Jack and Diane's big event. Every time you hear their names, don't you just want to sing that John Cougar song? I can't sing it. I'll get in copyright trouble, but you guys know the Jack and Diane song. All right. So in addition to her being back for their event, because her timing of her return coincides with it, so I'm fairly certain that's part of it, but the new season spoilers say that there's a showdown coming between Mamie and Jill Abbott. They both loved John Abbott back in the day, if you remember, and then Jill blackmailed and paid off Mamie, paid her millions to take a hike. The last time we saw Mamie in almost 20 years, was back for the Bicentennial Gala, and now she's back for another short arc, and it's very exciting to see Veronica Redd. So that's cool. And that leads into the next return. Jill Abbott is back too. I don't have an air date for Jill for Jess Walton's fall comeback, but it seems assured because part of the new season spoilers was that Jill faces off with Mamie in a confrontation that has been decades in the making. So Veronica Redd's return makes it very clear that there's a conflagration coming for Mamie and Jill. So I'm also hoping that while Jill's back, that she gets FaceTime with Billy Abbott and addresses the issue of who bought Victor's shares of Chancellor Winters that he just sold out. I suspect it could be Tucker McCall, but time will tell. The third woman back is Tessa Porter. She returns today, Tuesday, September 18th, 2023. She was out of town on business, but despite bad weather keeping flights away, she made sure she was back in town because Mariah and Aria have a specialist appointment with an audiologist about their daughter's hearing. And Tessa told Mariah she definitely wasn't going to miss that. She shows up tomorrow. She and her wife make sweet love, and then they make their plans to get their baby to the doctor and figure out whether it's going to be hearing aids or some other sort of treatment for the little deaf tot. All right. Also, we have a guy coming back, and that is Danny Romalotti. Michael Damian is back Thursday, September 28th, and I have every reason to suspect he would also be at the wedding, just as a friend of the family. So a little more than a week from right now, and Michael Damian is going to stay a while, and reportedly they are doing a flashback plot of Danny tangling with both Phyllis and Cricket. We'll see. I'm not excited about the idea. Not that I got a vote. Not that any of us ever get a vote. So this plot that seems meh and needlessly flashbacky to me is a reminder, I want to say this, the writers' strike is no excuse for what is going on at Young and Restless if you do not like the writing, because showrunner Josh Griffith has not missed a day. It is still him writing the scripts. You can see him on the credits. So blame the head writer. All right, now let's dig into some exits. I've got 3 exits. I've got 2 ladies exiting, a mother and a daughter, and a guy who is gone but should be back soon. I'm going to talk about all that. But if you haven't already, please reach down and click that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our updates. Definitely click a like if you enjoyed this Comings and Goings report. And drop your comments. Who are you excited to see? Who are you kind of like, really? Why? I have some thoughts on that. But let me know what you guys think. All right. So the mother and daughter exiting Genoa City are Heather Stevens and Lucy Romalotti. So Vail Bloom and Lily Brooks O'Brien are out for a moment. Heather is taking her daughter back with her to Portugal. She is talking about cutting ties with the law firm there so she can move back stateside. If she gets back with Daniel, she wants to live in Genoa City. Or if he's not interested, she may look at Savannah. So we'll see. And finally, the guy who, if you didn't notice, is MIA is Nick Newman. Joshua Morrow has been off for a couple of weeks. Maybe it's exhausting puffing up and playing the toad that is Nick Newman right now, because he's just always so butthurt and mad and blustery about everything. And I've said this before, I love me some Josh Morrow for my money. Best looking guy on that show. I like a big guy with a big square jaw, those dimples, really hot. But the way he's being written right now, he's real aggravating. I want to kind of put a pin in that balloon when he puffs up and just watch him just fly away and be less annoying, crap on his little brother less. So maybe he'll come back to Genoa City with a better attitude. I doubt it, but maybe. So with Nick gone, of course, it provided ample time for Sally to get a smooch from Adam. That happened on today's episode, and I would like to see a lot more of it. Heck, if Nick came back to town and she was already pregnant by Adam, I would be all there for it. I don't think that's going to happen. Don't quote me on that. I'm not saying it's a spoiler. And I don't have a air date for when we will see Nick again, but surely it comes soon. Thank you so much for listening. Be sure to drop your comments below and come back for more updates on Young and the Restless. And also check today in just a little bit. We've got an update. I'm not sure what order the videos are going to come out today, so just check back to the channel if it's not up already. But I have an update on Billy Miller and what happened with him. His mom came out and made a statement, so you're going to want to hear this. All right, thanks for tuning in. Come back soon. This has been Belinda from Soap Dirt.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.